for your weather authority. This is your forecast first.
Let's get ready to tackle another week, shall we? Kerr's Tire Corner Cam right now overlooking the Erie Bayfront. We do have some wet weather still ongoing, still a little bit of a breeze as well. Radar-wise, still tracking that little band of light rain right there along the shoreline and then moving inland. 50 right now. That is off a high temperature of 76 with the winds out of the south and west at 13. They will remain gusty through the night. Talk more about the forecast coming up. Jet 24 Action News starts right now.
From your news leader.
New positive COVID-19 cases confirmed in Erie County, raising our total to 13. Hear from county leaders. And President Trump saying that he will extend the social distancing guidelines. We'll tell you how long the extension will be.
We speak to people on ways they're staying positive during this pandemic and new hobbies they're taking part in.
Live in high definition from your news leader. This is Jet 24 Action News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Brian Wilk. Erie County seeing a jump in positive COVID-19 cases. The county executive saying as these numbers continue to climb, it's important to keep socially distancing yourself from others. Samir Nefsi has the story.
We have 5 new confirmed positive cases of COVID-19 present in Erie County.
County Executive Kathy Dahlkemper breaking down the positive cases, saying 3 of the individuals are in their 20s, 1 in their 30s, and another in their 50s. All 5 cases have been isolated at home to be quarantined, not needing hospitalization. This now brings Erie County to 13 positive cases, all of which have been contracted by travel or contact spread.
At this point, at least, been able to keep from having community spread, and that's when it gets to be much more concerning and the numbers really start to grow once you have community spread.
Looking at the numbers across the state, there are 3,400 positive cases of COVID-19, including Erie County, with 643 new positive cases within the past 24 hours and 38 deaths. Dahlkemper also encouraging residents to vote by mail. The Pennsylvania legislature is allowing anyone who wishes to vote by mail to do so, as well as pushing back the state primary to June 2nd due to the ongoing pandemic.
So I think it's wise for all of us to register to vote by mail, and this year, instead of going to the polls on June 2nd, do it by mail and stay away from the crowds.
Samir Nefsi, Jet 24 Action News.
If you missed the county executive's news conference, you can watch it right now on our website, yourerie.com. And more than 130,000 Americans have been diagnosed with coronavirus and more than 2,300 people have died. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have issued a travel advisory for residents of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, urging them to refrain from any non-essential domestic travel for 2 weeks.
So the matter is people really aren't traveling a whole lot. A travel warning we're fine with. The fact of the matter is we are all in on flattening that curve, social distancing as aggressive as any states in America.
Meanwhile, the task force has received proposed guidelines on relaxing social distancing in areas. And President Trump says he's extending social distancing guidelines for another month. He says modeling shows the peak of the coronavirus outbreak will hit in about 2 weeks. He adds that he hopes the country will be in a state of recovery by June. The president, speaking from the Rose Garden Sunday, saying he will extend the guidelines until April 30th.
Nothing would be worse than declaring victory before the victory is won. That would be the greatest loss of all. Therefore, the next 2 weeks and during this period, it's very important that everyone strongly follow the guidelines.
The president now says his hope of an Easter reopening was just aspirational. He also says he doesn't think social distancing guidelines will relax in certain regions ahead of April 30th. And Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf asking President Trump for additional help during the pandemic. Today, Wolf requested a major disaster declaration through FEMA. If approved, this would support state, county, and municipal governments, as well as certain nonprofits and people struggling during the pandemic. The governor saying, quote, the COVID-19 outbreak has taxed our Commonwealth and our communities in ways that are almost incomprehensible. And the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections has announced an inmate has tested positive for COVID-19. It's the first inmate to test positive in the Commonwealth. According to Secretary John Wetzel, an inmate at SCI Phoenix in Montgomery County has tested positive for COVID-19. The inmate has been isolated from other inmates in the prison's infirmary. The inmates on the housing unit are now under quarantine. Wetzel saying that officials are working closely with the Pennsylvania Department of Health. And dozens of people took advantage of today's warmer temperatures while social distancing at Presque Isle State Park. Some people are using the COVID-19 pandemic as a way to take part in new hobbies while still staying positive. Star Bodie checked in with some people at the state park on their new goals that they're looking to accomplish during these times, and she joins us now in the control room with more. Hey, Star.
Hi, Brian. That's right. Some people I spoke to say that the COVID-19 pandemic is bringing positivity into their lives. Now, others I spoke to say that they're taking part in new activities that they're not necessarily used to.
I actually just started running outside. I've never done that before, but this gave me the opportunity to do that. And Presque Isle's kind of been like my happy place during this time.
Dozens of people are continuing to keep their spirits high during the COVID-19 pandemic. Walkers at Presque Isle State Park are using the spring-like temperatures as a way to get some fresh air while safely practicing social distancing.
I think it's really important, even though we have social distancing, to go out and still interact with people and be outside and really just enjoy life instead of just sitting at our house.
It's still important to do your part to keep you and others healthy.
Make an environment that makes other people feel safe, and I know right now not everyone does. So just whenever we go on walks and stuff, we try not to obviously interact with other people and make them feel uncomfortable when we're doing those things.
Others we spoke to say that this pandemic has taught them to stay positive and even try new hobbies to clear their minds.
The only way we can think to stay positive is to have a good look out and figure it will be gone, but we need to just do what we have to do to get through it.
And just a reminder, experts say it's important to stay 6 feet away, don't congregate in groups, and also only go to the store if you need those essential items. Brian?
Star, thank you. And Port Authority workers in Pittsburgh want more information after one of their own tested positive for COVID-19. They gathered to demand their employer keep them informed about what is happening. Workers say they received no notification after a bus driver was confirmed to have the infection. Instead, they say they found out on the news. The Port Authority has provided drivers with gloves and hand sanitizer. Employees say they are on the front lines with the public, and what they really want is information.
To me, nobody took a lead role. Nobody jumped out in front of this and got this out here to let everybody know, this is what's going on here at this division. And I feel like that's negligent on their part.
Port Authority officials say they are working with union leaders to improve cleaning protocols and information sharing. And if you're starting to feel a little stir-crazy, you might consider incorporating home workouts into your daily routine. Chelsea Swift has the details.
Lisa Helinski, a strength and conditioning specialist, giving tips on how to stay active while quarantining at home.
People are working from home, they're sitting their typical 8-hour shift or whatever, and then they kind of get in the mindset of watching TV, so it's easy to sit. But if you set goals of, every hour you get up and move around.
Helinski says it's important to set a schedule for yourself. She speaks with clients to keep them on track, adding you can hold yourself accountable by writing down a schedule, including the 3 meals you eat, and set a time aside for working out.
So even if your goal right now is not weight loss, if you just want to stay fit, you have to write it down, schedule it, and don't give yourself a choice.
Helinski also showing Action News some exercises you can do at home to warm up, strengthen your full body and back, an area people sometimes neglect during at-home workouts. We also went to Erie Fitness Academy to find out how they're encouraging their members to stay active at home.
we've been offering live at-home workouts. So we've been doing virtual workouts where a coach will be taking everybody through the workout.
Giordano Tartaglione, head coach and co-owner of Erie Fitness Academy, adding these workouts are available to the public for free. Erie Fitness Academy staff stream videos at 10:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. every day to their Training for Warriors South Erie Familia Facebook group.
All of our online workouts are on there, all of our nutrition is on there, all of our motivational messages are on there, and they're part of a community of people that are all just trying to be able to help each other out. They've come up with a lot of creative stuff of how to create weights, how to be able to get a little bit more active, how to be able to keep yourself mentally involved when you're stressed or anything at home.
Taglione also demonstrating how people are getting creative, making their own weights by filling backpacks or duffel bags with books, canned goods. Using these weights, I learned some exercises to try at home. Chelsea Swift, Jet 24 Action News.
Coming up on Jet 24 Action News, a fire in Sagertown has crews rushing to the scene. That's after Craig's forecast. Hey, Craig.
It's like June today, Brian, but we march into April on a chillier note. Details in the forecast next.
From your news leader, you're watching Brian Wilk, meteorologist Craig Flint, and Mike Fenner with sports. This is Jet 24 Action News, your news leader.